Big up Sparkout TV.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those people that thought Yarde was overhyped. To be fair, I was thinking from the first fight, you'd think that taken away from that fight, all Lyndon Arthur did was a jab, right? So going into this fight, I thought, not saying he was going to use the jab, but in the first fight, he seemed a much more smarter fighter than Yarde, and I thought maybe that his tactics and his boxing nous, let's say, I thought that would have got him through, but boy, Yarde just showed me, was it lines in the camp, and they must have just. They just probably just kept it simple. I know they got a new trainer on board as well. Is it James Cook?
Yeah.
So they were saying that this guy's probably just kept everything calm and just continued as they were. And you saw it was like devastating, and like he just literally every round he just kept on going for him, which he didn't do in the first fight. In the first fight, it was only in the 12th round when Yarde probably knew he was down on the cards or something that he kind of stepped up. But this one, it felt like he knew that he had to be on the front foot, because if not, Lyndon Arthur is just going to keep jabbing. So yeah, I was one of those people that thought maybe he might lose, bro. Like, I actually thought so.
Yeah,
I actually thought so. I'm surprised.
What we found out about Lyndon is basically, as we said, is essentially he's mid-tier European level at best, but he's
100%.
very much a domestic level boxer. He's a good slip boxer, but when you look at his previous fights, you'll notice that he's fighting journeymen and going 12 rounds of journeymen, bro. He's not consistently knocking out all of these low-level opponents. Like, he's fighting guys like Dex Spellman, and you're going 12 rounds with dudes on that level, bro. Like,
yeah.
that lets you know what level you're at, bro. You know what I mean? You got lucky last year with Yarde. You caught him on an off day, and his mind wasn't on it. He didn't have the killer instinct. But as soon as this fight started, he went straight round 13, and he made sure to close the distance. He didn't keep it long range. He got straight into mid range and started unloading.
But one thing Lyndon Arthur though is like he didn't really, again, it looked like his right hand was injured. Like, he does not throw that right hand. It was again, as I said, it just looked like it was injured. I don't know what was going on. Like, he was just gun shy, let's say. Again, he was just to me, he was just sticking to the same plan from the last fight, and you can't keep doing that, isn't it? Like, you can't. He's just bringing one thing to the fight, which was a jab, and that was it. Where Yarde did show a bit of everything, as you said, he was coming inside, on the front foot, offloading big shots, boy, to the body, doing some uppercuts. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, he was like
Yarde.
Yeah, it looked like a pit bull was mauling up Lyndon Arthur, but as soon as Yarde started hitting him, Lyndon was uncomfortable. He couldn't keep Yarde away from him with the jab that he had.
Yeah, that's correct.
He didn't have enough power in his jab to keep Yarde from walking him down. So basically, Yarde would come straight in mid-range and just start unloading different shots. And all Lyndon can do was just try and tie him up and hold him. But really, you could see he was holding out of fear, because I could tell, like, I noticed Lyndon was just like, as soon as Yarde got into mid-range, Lyndon would kind of lean over to his left to try and protect his ribs, and he'll just try and grab Yarde. That's all he was doing. Like, whenever Yarde was in mid-range, he would just tie him up, and then when he was a bit further away, he would try and like dance around the ring and just try and keep him at bay with the jab. But he had no pop on the jab, so Yarde had no respect for his power. Walked up to him. The body shots set the chain reaction off, basically. When he started hitting him with the body, and then the combinations followed, that guy was just washed, bro.
I thought that fight would be going on for longer, but fight went quick. Was it 6 rounds?
4 rounds, bro.
What was it? 4 rounds?
4 rounds.
Damn, I thought it was 6. Yeah, that was quick. That was that was done. The thing is, like, his trainer was saying, like, Lyndon Arthur's smart, he's got power. So I actually believe that, like, I was thinking, yeah, you know what, this guy might just do it. Like, maybe he is much better than Yarde, but yeah, Yarde just showed, man, that he put his head down. Like, as I said, like, obviously the first fight, his head was not there because he had obviously family. I think he's like a few of his family members passed away, so he couldn't fight. He couldn't concentrate, and you can see now that he was concentrated. And obviously they got that guy James Cook, even Tunde, bruv. Like, he looked much more humble. Let's say he wasn't really giving it, like before, like in the press conference, he was kind of a bit more aggressive. But in the recent press conference just before the fight, he was much more calmer, and I think he was trying to. I feel like he was trying to maybe give Anthony Yarde like a bit of a calming environment, because before, as I said, the first press conference for this fight, remember him and Lyndon Arthur's trainer was going back and forth, and he was saying stuff about the road and all this shit. So now he's obviously gotten calm, and I just think maybe that James Cook guy, I don't know much about him, but he seems like he's an older head, and maybe he probably calmed down Tunde as well as Anthony Yarde, and maybe, you know, just kept the whole camp, let's say, like a bit more tame. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they alluded to that. Basically, they were more like freestyling and having fun. But I think that old school rhetoric from James Cook, I think it gave them more championship pedigree and more of a seriousness and more of a decisive way of training and approaching the fight. So I feel like they're maturing and gelling together a lot better now. So I think this should be a good look for Anthony Yarde going forward. And apparently, the next fight they're trying to get him to go into is against, I think it's, what's the guy's name? Is it Callum Johnson? I know it was a UK light heavy. And there's some other guy, I can't remember the other guy's name, but Callum Johnson, I've seen him fight against Buterviev before. And I think he lost that fight, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
Anthony Yarde, they said Callum Johnson or Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah, that's it, I think I've seen Joe Smith Jr. I think he lost to Bivol as well. So let's see what happens, man. But I really want to see the Yarde versus motherfucking you ready or Boatsi, bro. That's the one. And I don't know who's
that's the thing, that's such a tough fight. That is and the thing is, they're both, not saying they're in their prime, but they're both like quite young still, aren't they?
They're both about 29-ish, and they're both they both got that road energy behind them. They got that spite in the ring. When they go in, they got killer instinct. So that fight's gonna be a heavy fight, bro. That's gonna be a proper South London, East London fucking match. That's gonna be a big fight, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, for real. That'd be a good fight to go to. But
I would definitely go to that shit. That's one worth going to, definitely.
Yeah, I think it could be even one of the fight of the years, you know, like if
100%.
That fight was to happen. Yeah, that needs to happen. But anyway, congratulations to Yarde, though, bro, because he done good.
So what do you think for Lyndon Arthur now? Basically, he just needs to go back to journeyman and just fight in European level, and maybe he can get.
He needs to start learning to use his right hands, because he's doing a Deontay Wilder, where Deontay Wilder just uses his right hand. This guy just uses his left hand. He's just the opposite of Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
He ain't got no power in his left hand. Oh shit. He ain't got no power in his left hand. Just keeps jabbing. Like, what do you expect, bro? Like, one trick pony, innit? Basically. Yeah. So he needs to just level up a bit. And I don't know what's going on with his right hand, man.
Yeah,
he needs to sort it out.
He didn't really throw it, and I just don't believe he's got the power there anyway. Even if he did throw it, I don't believe it will be effective.
Yeah, he just don't look like. He just don't look like he's got the power. I don't know why. Like Anthony Yarde, you can look at him, you can see the man can knock people out, innit?
Facts.
This guy, I just don't know. He just looks like more of a boxer, more of a not say a brawler, but he just seems like he's more on the kind of technical side of boxing. 100%. He's not ready to scrap it up. So maybe he needs to learn to do that. But he's young though, isn't he? Isn't he quite? 30 years old. He's still young. 30.
He's got time. Yeah, he's got time.
He's still got time. But yeah.
Subscribe to Sparkout TV. Listen.